Hello and welcome to what is going to be a very exciting episode because today is day 2 of TennoCon 2025, episode 2 of this brand new series, and also it's been very eventful this week on Twitch with all the Twitch drops leading up till TennoCon 2025. We're going to be rocking the registered loser glyph, plus also the cosmetics we got from the HP Omen giveaway. We need to be looking a lot better than, well, how Vault is looking right now. Of course, as I'm finishing up doing a bit of fashion framing, D throws a span in the works by sending us the Nactivia armor set after watching the first 30 minutes of TennoCon Day 2. I thought it was going to be rocking the HP Omen ones, but instead, the Nactivia armor set, that is probably the better of the two anyways. I've got the color scheme being the channel colors and the Twitch-linked Syndicate. Let's quickly go make sure that we're at least higher than MR2 leading into today's node. MR3 acquired, now let's go see what Warframe has in store for us next. All the trailers finally aligned, and the sentient-inspired Nactivia armor set that they were going to give away, that finally makes a lot of sense. They showcased, obviously, all the sentience and everything like that, so let's get stuck right back into it. What is this? This is a Prime Grenadier Noggle statue. That was actually from the demo showcase. That's pretty cool. That's going to go straight in my orbiter. TennoCon 2025 is officially over, which means I want to be focusing my attention on getting progress on this account. Last time around, we ended up farming for Rhino, and we ended up getting a Stropher blueprint, which is pretty rare. I think it's a 15% drop chance, and we ended up getting on the first try. So for today, we want to be focusing specifically on getting the Stahlta, I think that's how you pronounce it, from the Jackal, and also doing some more progress towards getting more frames and also the star chart. We're also going to be diving into syndicates, but for now, let's get started with the Stahlta. It's a 15% drop chance for both the Stropher and the Stahlta, so we'll have to see how long this takes. Let's go. Nice, Stahlta blueprint. Okay, I think that was 4 or 5 times. We'll have to check when we get out because we'll be able to see how many blueprints we got, because we managed to get Rhino last time within 3 attempts, so whatever blueprints we have now is the amount of times that it took us. If we come across to the foundry, we will be able to see exactly how many times it took us. That's 1, 4, and 5. That is a 20% drop chance, which is higher than the 15, so I'll take it. Thanks, T. Okay, another 75% off. 2 episodes in a row, we got a 75% off. That's pretty cool. Anyway, because we have just hit Master Rank 3, we finally gain access to the first Platinum farm of the game, farming syndicates for their syndicate-specific mods. And did you know, out of all 6 here, you can be farming 4 of them at the same time. So specifically, we're going to be focusing on Steel Meridian, Red Veil, Oblit Vexus, and Cephalon Suda. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but basically we're going to be doing the Syndicate missions to counteract the fact that some of these are negatively affected. First, we're going to be speaking to Arbiters of Action. We're going to be speaking to Steel Meridian because they have a mod that I want for the heck. There we go. We are now ranking up our Steel Meridian. So if we check out the mod that I was talking about, that should be for the heck, and yes, plus 200% multi-shot. And the Platinum farm is going to be for, I think it's Khora in this syndicate. There we go. Yep, 65% chance of dropping additional loot. There is one for Hydro that we don't have access to in this syndicate specifically. There we go. We'll just have to find that another one. But for now, we're going to be focusing on the Khora one and trying to get the heck. Now that we want the heck, is this an MR locked weapon? Because I know that the weapon that I want to get specifically, the Exaltra, is an MR 8 locked weapon. The heck, what is that? That is an MR4. Okay, that's not too bad because we're MR3. That's going to be too much of a grind. But for the Exaltra itself, that's going to be quite fun because when we get to that planet itself, we're going to be farming the heck out of this. Excuse the pun. So the next thing on the agenda to be able to get ourselves to the Exaltra on Uranus is going to be doing the Once Awake quest, which is the junction requirement to get ourselves to Mars. That quest was actually a lot shorter than I remember, and it ended up giving us what I forgot was the mod. Molten Impact was actually a pretty decent melee mod, and another weapon being the Heat Sword. So I think with that actually being said, let's go and check out the current state of our mods and upgrades. We're nearly rank 30 with our Vault, which means we should probably come and claim our Rhino, get that boy fashion framed. There we go. What exactly is he going to look like? Well, 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. There we go. Finally, we've gone for a bit more of a tanky looking appearance to Rhino today because we ended up getting the Quaro armor set, as I said, for the HP Omen giveaway, which actually goes quite well with his frame, and we've gone for a more bright colored yellow color palette. Let me know what you guys think of my fashion frame with the Rhino. Oh yeah, and I ended up buying the color palette the other day, which is why my platinum has gone down. Very nice. We got the Ivara Systems blueprint from the last spy mission just before we head to the boss fight. Just before we confront Vor, I want to show you what I've been doing with my mods. This is exactly what I was explaining in the last video, where I only upgrade the mods by like 2. I only have like 360 Indo left, but you can see here all my mods are rank 2, which is going to help us quite a bit in terms of just having a generalized upgraded setup. Same here, all up to rank 2, except obviously Shocking Touch, because we can't fit it on our capacity at the moment. But let's go and confront Vor and see how many times it takes us to get the Seer or the Cronus completely. Okay, so did we get anything other than the Slip Magazine mod? We got the Cronus. Okay, I wonder how much of a drop chance that is. I'm quickly going to take a quick break just to check exactly the drop chances on everything, because obviously we've got the Cronus, but we are wanting to get the Seer as well. So, and we got the Seer. Okay, so it's a reward at the very end. So we got the Cronus and the Seer on the first try, which is pretty sick. But we're going to have to try and get the other parts. That's the one I'm going to have to go check what the drop chances are of. After double checking the Warframe wiki, it is about a 40% drop chance for the blueprint and the barrel, and then a 20% for the receiver itself. So fingers crossed, let's see how long it takes. And the receiver, finally. I wonder what the drop chance ended up actually being, because we got quite a few Seer blueprints and Cronus and the barrel. So let's go check what exactly we've got and we can work it out. So if we come to the foundry, we should be able to see what exactly we ended up getting from that. That was the Seer. We got 4 blueprints for the Seer, which is a 40% drop chance, so that is understandable. 2 barrels and 1 receiver. That ended up being just over what it should have been, but that's RNG for you. Void Relic segment. Finally, we get to see how many relics we've collected over the last 9 days and be able to actually also refine relics and everything like that before going into missions. So let's go see how many I've actually managed to collect. We have collected 5. Okay, that is underwhelming to say the least, but hey, that's just the start of Warframe. Ah, yes, we can go via Varzia for the vaulted relics. Well, the unvaulted, vaulted relics, you know what I mean. Okay, Mr. Squish, time to go and get our next frame on the next planet, which is going to be Excalibur. I wonder if anybody's going to come join me to farm Excalibur. I put on the Boltor because of his unique mechanics. Right, we got someone to come join us. Are they a low MR? Another MR3 and a Vault. Sweet. Let's go. Double speed. This is a bit of a longer farm, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. The last time, obviously, Rhino took us 3 attempts, so fingers crossed, I guess. And we're done. Let's go. Yes, finally. Nice. That means we have all parts, and all we have to do now is buy his blueprint from the marketplace. That wasn't too bad of a farm. I mean, I think we ran it about 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay, there are 4 chassis, 2 neuroptics, and 1 systems. But once again, we have run into the problem of not enough resources. And also, we need our first Oricon cell. Where are we going to get that? I think the next planet is going to be Deimos. After completing that mission, we should actually have access to Deimos, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Okay, what's going to be the first mission? Capture, that's not too bad. Well, we're looking for Oricon cells on this planet, but we are also looking for plastids, but I don't think we actually have access to that yet, because if I'm not mistaken, I actually ended up doing one of the alerts that took me to, I think it was Uranus or Pluto, one of these planets that actually drops plastids, and that is one of the requirements for Excalibur. And you'll probably also see now here with the Excalibur, we got a neural sensor for one of the day rewards. That's also why I have one of those. So we're going to have to either try get carried to another planet or do something of that sort. And there we go. We got ourselves the plastids. Thank you to a legendary rank 1 for carrying us into Pluto. We also got nearly 4,000 rubido, so that's going to tick that off the list. Now the next up is going to be Oricon cells. So far, I've had no luck getting any Orokin cells on Deimos, so my next plan is going to be to try to do the exact same thing, find someone to taxi me all the way to Helen, which will be able to get us some levels for our Rhino to get us to Master rank 4, and get some Orokin cells while we're at it. Why not? Once again, another legendary rank helping us out. We're going to be able to get some levels, and we'll get ourselves some cells, well, hopefully, because I know they do drop on here. I've done this plenty times before, trying to get some levels and cells at the same time. So hopefully today we actually have a bit of luck with this. Oh my goodness, everything right now is just leveled up, leveled up, leveled up. This community is absolutely amazing. I mean, this is the reason why I keep coming back to Warframe time and time again, is because you just can't get a better community. There we go, and we got ourselves a Orokin cell. That is going to be next on the list, getting ourselves a Kuva Nucor, which, what should I be looking to get for my first Kuva weapon? I'm thinking the Kuva Nucor, but if you guys have any other ideas, do let me know in the comments. Now that we're building Poster Boy Excalibur, I wonder how our syndicates are doing at the moment. Well, after doing those missions, we finally are able to rank these up to rank 1. Okay, that's not too bad. That's 2 Yalim for that one. What about the other one, though? The other one is going to be Morphix. Okay, that's not too bad. We are going to have to get ourselves all the way up to rank 5, though, for this Khora mod, which is fine, because this is the start to the early game Platinum farm. The next one, because we've just joined a clan, we're going to be getting those keys built to be able to do the missions on Deimos for the Orokin vaults, which will be able to get us some mods that we're going to sell for around 30 plat. I'll have to check the marketplace at the time of filming when we do end up deciding to sell those mods. But that is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching episode 2. Episode 3, I'll start recording for you guys right now. So if you're new around here, make sure to smash that subscribe button, and I shall catch you guys in the next episode. Excalibur's being built. We got ourselves a Rhino. Master rank 4 should be next episode, so stick around. I'll see you then. Bye.